Hey, what's up, everyone? How's it going? Danny Lightning here. We're gonna do some Q&A type things. What's up, Cool Burn? Let me turn down the volume just a little bit. It's echoing back. We got Mitos. We got Eric. Hey, Andrew. Oh, that's awesome, Eric. Very cool, man. Very cool. Nice to have you here. I don't know who I am. What's going on? Yeah, my buddy's Fafnir is kind of crazy, I'll tell you that. I don't really know how his does so much damage. I cannot get mine to do what his does, so... Adore has a very crazy Fafnir. Sometimes I honestly think people have certain robots in their hangar that are glitched. Like, I know a guy with Smutas that does crazy amounts of damage. Like, I know a guy with a Minos, and for some reason you just can't kill that particular Minos, you know what I mean? So, I think every once in a while somebody has a glitched robot. I'm not really sure, but I never have much luck with my Fafnir. It's a fun bot. It's still pretty good if you play it right, but... it's not the big crazy damage bot that, you know, you see on those live streams or whatever. It's crazy. I don't know how he does it. I don't know if he's found a microchip that makes it do that or what. Sometimes there's glitches where if you install a certain microchip on something, the bot goes crazy. So I don't know what he's doing to make that happen, but his does nutso damage. What's up, Asim Hub? What's going on? I really don't know when they're going to be adding those to the workshop. Unfortunately, Pixonic doesn't really tell us much as far as when things are going to be added to the workshop. We find out about the same time as you guys do, so... all we know is they are going to nerf it a little bit. We're about to talk about what they're going to do to the Harpy and some stuff like that. Let me go ahead and pull up my notes on the Harpy. So we're going to talk a little bit about the rebalances and stuff. There's a lot of different rebalances coming, and most of it's going to be pretty good. I mean, the Harpy nerf is very small. A lot of people are really upset about it, but you know what? That thing is a little bit too powerful. It definitely needs nerfed down some, so I'm not too terribly upset about it, honestly. I think it'll be a good thing overall. Now if I can just find my info, I should have had this open on my phone before we started. But I think I'm not very smart sometimes. Oh man, I stink. There we go. Here it is. Actually, that's not it. Where in the world did it go? You know what? Let me go over to the Reddit page. I seem to have lost my notes. Good job, Danny Lightning, right? Let me go over to the Reddit page. I think they had a bunch of this stuff listed over there, so... Alright, so... khepri, right? These are some very small changes to khepri. Basically, the ability resistance boost is going to go from 40% down to 33%. The ability speed boost is going to go down to 15 kilometers per hour, and the ability duration will go down to 12 seconds. So those are some very, very small changes. But I think the khepri is still going to be amazing afterwards. I really don't think that's going to hurt him too much. So hold off on answering or asking questions for a minute, guys. Let's talk a little more about what's going on with the boosts and stuff like that. So the booster rework is coming, and it does look like every time you get a booster, it's automatically just going to go ahead and start that booster. So let's just say you acquire 5 boosters, the next 5 games, your boosters are going to be running. So unfortunately, that's a good thing and a bad thing in some ways. I mean, your timer won't be messed around with and run out because you're waiting for some guy in your squad to play with his hangar before the game starts, and you know, those guys won't waste your boosters anymore. So I look at kind of a good thing in that way. All right, so the new Titans coming out, the Indra Titan with the new weapons, the Vajra and the Maha Vajra. Those are going to be energy shotguns that beat the heck out of people and slow them down. So bottom line, it's going to be like a Ravana type of Titan. It's going to be really crazy. I'm a little scared to see what this thing is actually going to be like on the live server. And we know these things are coming very soon. There's going to be a Yandi themed event coming. The new Dead City map is going to be on the next one. So Dead City is going to look really cool when we come back, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet or whatever, but man, it is pretty neat looking. I like it a lot. So Miramitz and Luchador are getting nerfed a little bit. And Heimdall is getting a small buff, right? So I think Miramitz, that's going to hurt him, but I think Miramitz is still really going to be good. The little bit of a buff that the the little bit of a nerf that the Luchador is getting is not going to be a big deal. Luchador is still going to be a beast. Titan tier cost and update, so it's going to cost a lot less to buy certain Titans. I think there's a couple things that are going to go up in price, but most of the Titans and Titan weapons are going to go down in price, which is really awesome. So we're just doing a really vague overview on what's going on here. All right. We'll get back to the question answering in just a minute. So what else do we have coming here? Booster rework. The Titan rebalance, the new Titan. I think that's pretty much it for the most part. Let's see, what's up with the new event? Alright, so featuring some special speculations on Cataclysm. Do you remember that WR's world is post-apocalyptic in nature? This time you will have some deeper insight on what happened, and some of them may even be true. Dead City visual updates. Okay, it doesn't really say anything about the Yandi event, but that's mainly what's going to be going on the next update, guys. I know there's going to be some special ability weapons coming out that are going to be really cool and some stuff like that. Now, as far as the Titan rebalances, I do believe the Lanterns and the Pantagruels were going to be nerfed. I need to click on a different link to make sure on that really quickly. So where is it? Yeah, Dazzlers are going to get 10% less ammo, 10% less damage and reduced ammo. Lanterns 5% less damage and reduced ammo. Gargantua 10% less damage and reduced zone of fire. Pantagruel reduced zone of fire. So yeah, I guess there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on with this. Now, do you guys hear the game audio? So Heimdall's getting a 10% repair buff, 10% damage buff. Nodens is getting a 7% durability, and the self-fix unit is getting 15% repair. I am not a good reader, guys. I'm dyslexic, so I apologize if I suck at reading. But yeah, dyslexia makes it very hard to read stuff. Sharenga reduced cooldown for the full power ability. Striker is getting increased ammo and longer reload times. Increased damage at full charge. The SAR looks like it's going to get some sort of buff. Grom is going to get a nerf. Vengeance is going to get an increased load time and wider spread. Retaliator reduced reload and 13% less damage. Gendrummer, however you say that, reduced reload time. Cuirassier, reduced reload time. Belova, plus 15% damage. Kristen, plus 20% damage. So that's pretty much what's coming up. So, alright, let's get to your guys' questions, alright? Let's get to your guys' questions. So that's what's coming up, and I apologize for my terrible reading. Being dyslexic kind of sucks. I'm trying to read fast, and I guess I cannot read very fast. Alright, Andrew says nuclear amp level 1 versus level 6. It costs 40 million to level it up. Always wondered if it was worth 200 million to level up the nuclear amp to 6. Well, you know, Andrew, I haven't really tested the 1 versus the 6, but on paper, I mean, on paper, it almost looks like there's not that big of a difference, honestly. So, I don't know, man. I really don't know if it's really worth it or not. Where's the volume for this thing? I'm trying to figure out how to turn off that game audio that's on the video. Normally it doesn't play. At least I think that's what that noise I'm hearing is. Hopefully it's not annoying or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the stats at level 1 versus the stats at level 6 for the nuclear amplifier, it doesn't really look like it's that big of a difference, but I mean, it's gotta be. I can't imagine that number 1 would just be just as good as level 6. Alright, so Cool Burn, the fortifiers really keep that shield up. Now, if you run into somebody with a shield breaker, that is your worst enemy. Alright? Shield breaker will destroy you, or once your shield goes down, you will get destroyed quickly. But Typhon's really designed to be more of a mid-range bot. I don't think he's really designed for brawling. It takes a lot of skill to be able to brawl with the Typhoon like up in your face, because yeah, if somebody gets inside of your shield, or if your shield goes down, I don't care what you put on him, he dies pretty easily. So honestly, I'm not a huge fan of up-close Typhon. I like to be at least 300 to 600 meters away. What's up, Uncle Broken? Moisa, how's it going? Yeah, Moisa, I don't really like nerfs either, but we get them all the time, and sometimes we get buffs too. So things are always getting nerfed, things are always getting buffed. The game is constantly changing. What's up, Skull? How you doing? Alright, so Skull opened some black market crates and got a retro revenant and a harpy and a siren. You know, right now, harpy and siren are awesome if you're looking for a mid-range damage dealer. They're not necessarily the greatest for beacon modes. Now, if you're just looking for a damage dealer, harpy and siren, I mean, that's personal preference which one you use. They're both very similar. Harpy is a little bit more durable, and I think Siren's got just a tad bit more firepower, but not much. Those are both amazing damage dealers. Now, if you want a brawler, definitely go for the Revenant. If you want to grab beacons, if you want to hold beacons, if you need to play something for beacon games, Revenant's usually the better one. I still think Revenant's good, but Revenant does need the legendary pilot and a lot of pilot skills and stuff. Revenant's a very expensive robot to make good. You almost have to have a maxed out pilot. Like, he's kind of sucks at lower level and with lower pilot skills. Like, they really made that robot where there's a lot of upgrades required to make him really shine in Champion League. What's up, Dark Flame? What's up, Riddick? Nice to see you guys. Billy, hey, hey. Roy's in the house. But yeah, the new update's coming up really soon. Yeah, there is some sort of bug with the Scorpion and Revenant and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be fixing that. But honestly, if it's something that you kind of have to make hope happen, don't use bugs too much if you don't have to. Like, Pixonic does consider using bugs cheating, which kind of sucks in a way, but at the same time, you know, it makes sense. What's up, King? How are you? Ah, Code Red says we have a 40% discount today. Sweet, sweet. Alright. Typhon or Hades? Man, that's a very hard choice because they're both amazing. I kind of feel like Hades is the better brawler, and Typhon's probably the better mid-range damage dealer. I think Hades is just a all-around really good bot. He's not super squishy. I mean, he's got decent firepower. He does rely on that shield a little bit, and people with shield breaker are not your friend, but I mean, I got a special place for Hades. I don't know why, I just love that bot. I really like the Typhon a lot as well. They're both really, really good robots. So I'm not really sure which one's better, honestly. That's a very, very hard decision. I think that one's really going to come down to personal preference. I've got a weird feeling that the majority of people are probably going to like the Typhon over the Hades, but I don't know. Typhon seems to be more popular than the Hades, that's why I say that. You hardly see anybody playing Hades, but you do see a lot of people playing Typhon still. What's up for Drag and X-Ray? Nice to see you guys. Yeah, we're going to have to make a new video about drones. I know there's going to be a drone rework coming, so... And they're making it sound like the drone rework is going to be here very soon. And there might be something major happening with the drones with shields. So I've been trying to hold off on another drone video because, man, things are going to be changing with the drones. And it might be big changes. So I don't really want to get into it too much right now. Within the next couple of months, they're probably going to be changed majorly. So I'd rather wait till the rework happens to make the next drone video. But of course, if you got drone questions for right now, feel free to answer. I mean, that old drone playlist I got a whole playlist just for drone stuff, and most of that's still very relevant. For Revenant, definitely the Nebula if you're looking for durability. Now, if you're looking for damage, go with the Beak, but personally, I would run the Nebula myself. Ah, King likes the Hades. Nice, nice. Awesome, man. Good to see some fellow Hades lovers. I can't talk today, man. I'm like a stuttering idiot today. Andrew, I did see like a crazy good deal on silver today. It was like, what was it, like $5 for 100 million silver or something? I don't know if everybody had that deal, but there was a super cheap one in there. Those discounts are nice. What's up, Jedi Monk? That the drone video helps you sleep? Are you saying we're boring? We put you to sleep? Sorry about that. Alright, X-Ray says paralysis or Beak. I like the Beak because it's got the durability slot. You can put a defense point chips on the Beak to make your robot stronger along with doing more damage, to where the paralysis doesn't give you any type of durability, just a bunch of damage. So I find the Beak to be the best one. Paralysis is a very nice drone, but I think the Beak is better for your average person, especially if you're using a squishy robot. Like, if you want a Siren dies pretty darn easy, so putting a on repair defense point module on there, where every time you hit your repair module you get the defense points, can really help that guy stay alive. So I would definitely go with that myself, but that's just me. Maybe I'm a little crazy there, but that's what I like. Let me try something really fast. Where is the thing? Appearance. Let me try this. Alright, let me make the chat a little smaller for you guys. That might look better in the chat box. I don't know. The chat in the chat box is way too big. X-Ray says, love the new screen. Yeah, I just realized we had this the other day. There's all these little different scenes, and this one says intermission, and I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, the chat's still really big. I don't know why the comments are coming up so large in the little comment box on the side there. I don't know if there's a way to change that or not. Filters, remove, rename, duplicate, and change scene projector. Create scene projector. Yeah, I don't think there's a way to change that actually. Alert box, chat box, intermission, background, properties. No, I don't think I can change it, unfortunately. Oh well, it is what it is. How about the new shotguns on Invader? Those are awesome, Rusted. Those are really, really good. Per Drag, what's up, buddy? For Demeter, I think I would go with the Nebula for Demeter. Whiteout's really cool, but a lot of times you're not always going to be right next to the enemies with Demeter. I mean, the only time you're really going to be right next to the enemy is if you teleport to a teammate that you're trying to heal that's right next to an enemy. Normally with the Demeter, you're playing this guy as a healer, so your goal is to heal your teammates, and when your healing's over, get the heck out of there so you don't take damage, then come back to heal again, go away. Something that gives you more durability is going to be my main thing, so I would go with Nebula on Demeter. What's up, Kron? Ernie, how's it going? What do I think about Fafnir? I think it's a great robot if you are good with it. Not many people are really that good with it though. I think the majority of people have a really hard time playing the Fafnir properly. But yeah, I mean it's a great overall robot. But it's very hard to play. It takes a lot of skill to play that guy. Now, I'm not very good with it, but I know some people that are, and the people that are good with it are amazing. Alright, so the Iron Hearth drone, you know what? I don't think I would actually run that drone on anything, but that's just me. Some people might love that drone, but I just can't really get into the Iron Hearth. It's just not my thing. I don't know. Some people may love it, but yeah, it's not for me. That drone is not for me, guys. There's not really, I don't know, it has its place, I guess you would say, but it's not something you're going to see me ever run on any of my robots at the moment. Maybe at some point in time that drone's going to be really good or needed, but I just don't see any reason to use that one right now for the most part. Truthfully, most of the drones in this game are not that good. I really like the Nebula. I really like the Beak. The Paralysis is nice. The Whiteout is nice. Persephone is pretty decent. But all the rest of them, I'm just not into it. They don't seem as helpful to me. Hey, what's up, Chad? Mitos. Mito says, not a very good drone. Yeah, that's what I plan on doing, X-Ray. But yeah, I don't like the Iron Hearth. We got Alien in the house. What's up, Alien? How you doing? But Rusted, pretty much any robot in the game, if you put those new shotguns on there, if you can get up really nice and close with it, those shotguns beat the heck out of people. So, especially on the tanky bots like Fenrir, Invader, Revenant, anything that's really hard to kill with those new shotguns is awesome. They will beat everybody to pieces. What is this noise I'm hearing? Hold on a second. I gotta figure out what I'm hearing here. There's this weird noise. I figured it out. Okay, so my stereo receiver. There was a set of reading glasses sitting on top of my stereo receiver. And I've also got this little like shelf I rigged up that I have a fan setting on top of. And the fan sits on top of the shelf that's sitting on top of the stereo receiver. And I guess the fan was making the glasses vibrate. That noise was driving me crazy. Okay. That noise was driving me nuts. I thought it was the sound of some machine guns from the game for a while, and then I realized, no, that is not the game sound. What is that? So yeah, it was my reading glasses vibrating from that fan. All right. Oh yeah, Kron, you're right. A lot of people forget not to shoot the purple shields, especially on the Fafnir. They're not used to Fafnirs being on the field anymore, so one goes up and people just keep shooting at it, and they charge it up to make it do crazy amounts of damage. So, yeah, I mean, when I go up with my Fafnir, though, almost everybody instantly stops shooting at it, and I don't do all the extra damage, which is probably a good thing, honestly. I mean, it's not good for me, it sucks for me, but it's good for everybody else, you know what I mean? Very good for the enemies not to get destroyed like that. But yeah, for the guy driving it, that part kind of sucks. Adore says, stop talking about your bird. You have a bird, man? Like a pterodactyl or what? What kind of pterodactyl you got, my friend? Adore's got the crazy Fafnir that does the ridiculous damage. I do not like Adore's Fafnir, guys. Mad Cat says, no, a chicken. What's up, Mad Cat? Awesome to see you as always. Okay. Per Drag says, yeah, some voices. Yeah, there was a little bit of echo. I had the volume turned up trying to figure out if that was game sound I was hearing or if it was something else, and turns out it was something else. Which is probably good that it was something else. I don't know. Not really. Maybe kinda, sorta. So Alien wants to do a full healer hanger. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with healers, right? You got khepris, which can heal. I mean, you could put in one khepri, that's a great little healer. You could put in a Demeter. I would suggest the Sheriff Demeter, though, because the regular one seems to be bugged still. You could put in a Mender. Mender's amazing. You could do a Wayland. Wayland's very underrated for what he is. I mean, he's not one of the best robots in the game or anything, but Wayland's pretty cool. I guess you could run a tier. Most people probably aren't going to like tier too much these days, but that's always a possibility. There's the Nightingale. Most people don't really enjoy playing the Nightingale either, but if you're just using him for a healer, but probably if you could get like 2 Menders, that would be pretty sweet. Mr. Technoboss says, what drone is the best? Well, that kind of depends on what you're trying to do with it, but generally, I feel like the best drone in the game is going to be the Nebula, because you can throw the Nebula on any robot in the game, and as long as you've got the right microchips installed, it's going to work. Now, when they do this drone rework, we don't really know what the drones are going to be like, but as of right now, The Nebula is the #1 drone in the game, in my opinion. It's a durability drone. Now, if you're not looking for durability and you just want pure damage, I would say go with the beak because you get the durability and the damage from the beak. Adore says Mender plus khepri is a sweet combo. Yeah, X-Ray, Nightingale was pretty awesome back in the day. I never enjoyed that bot, but he was very, very good. I never really enjoyed playing it, but it was a great robot. Rusted loves the invaders. Yeah, invaders are really good. But here's the deal with Invader versus Fenrir. Fenrir does need the Bernadette Wolf legendary pilot in order to be a really good tank. If you don't have the Bernadette Wolf, build the Invader, because the Invader, you can throw any old pilot on him and he's still going to be amazing. Invader is a little bit low on firepower, but he's very, very hard to kill. So Invader is an amazing, just tanky robot. Now Fenrir, if you can get the Bernadette Wolf, I feel that Fenrir is a little bit better because it's probably just as hard, if not harder, to kill, and it's got more firepower. Now Invader's probably more fun because Invader can jump and get across the map faster and stuff like that. So they've both got advantages and disadvantages. What's up, Zeus WR? How you doing? Nightingale, the flying mosquito. You know, he kind of looks to me like a airplane. Like, he kind of looks like an airplane to me. Mad Cat likes Mr. Invader. You know, I think the Trixie Hope pilot would be really good on the Invader. Adore says, if I had a choice, my pick would be the Revenant. That would be his favorite tank. Revenant is very good. It does take a lot of pilot skills, so Revenant requires a lot of gold to be spent. Revenant's a little more fun to play, I think, because it can teleport, but it will use more power cells as well, so it's a more expensive robot, I think. But it's very, very good. X-Ray, are you still hearing echo? I think that was a newer comment. So yeah, if you're still hearing some sort of echo, let me know. I'll see if I can figure out why. DA Gaming from Dubai. What's up, buddy? I don't know if it's Doobie or Dubai, but yeah. That looks like an awesome place to live, actually. Mr. Random, hello. DA, welcome to the stream, my friend. Okay, no more echo. Good, good. I don't know who I am, says Adore 1v1 me with your Fafnir. You don't want to 1v1 his Fafnir. I don't think you want to do that. I'm pretty sure he has the strongest Fafnir in the game. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. It will whomp on your face 10 times. Alien says the Alien thinks Revenant is a suicide bomber, man. You jump in and then, you know, you probably won't come back. I don't know. I mean, I think Revenant is crazy tanky, so it's easy to keep him alive for a really long time. So I think my Invader usually comes back. Or no, he doesn't. He goes in, he grabs the beacon, he steals the beacon, and then he stays on the beacon until more people come over and try to kill him. That's normally how it goes with mine. But I do see what you're saying. If you time the ability and the healing module properly on the Revenant, it'll stay alive for a long time. But it's all about timing the abilities on that robot. You got to be really good with ability timing. Nah, I don't think the nerf really hurt the Revenant that bad. I mean, it definitely hurt him, but not that much. Not that much. He's still really good in my opinion. Yeah, Skull says, I was happy getting the Revenant, but after seeing the cost of it, mixed opinions. Yeah, buddy, it's a little on the expensive side to upgrade and stuff, but it is very awesome. Alright, yeah, if you teleport into 3 Titans, more than likely anything is going to die instantly. The other day I went somewhere, I don't remember where I went to. I thought there was like, you know, like maybe like 1 Titan and 2 regular robots. So I took my tank into the mix and it ended up being like 3 Titans and then 2 more Titans spawned in and my robot got smashed in like 2 seconds. It was horrible. It was horrible. Incinerator or Bane for your Revenants? Well, I'll tell you what. I really do like the Bane type of weapons. I mean, they're really good on a one-on-one situation, right? They're super good one-on-one, especially if it's another tank and it's got a drone like Nebula on it with all the healing chips. If you're running the Banes, they will not trigger the healing of things like Nebula. So it's great for one-on-one versus healing drone robots. It will take a healing drone robot out faster than anything. So that's one of the reasons I really like that. Now when it comes to the incinerators, alright, I just can't get over the long reload times. I feel like they do not do enough damage for the amount of reload you get. I mean, the bomb effect on those is very strong. If you can shoot into a group of people and get the bomb effect to go off, that's going to damage the whole group. But let's just say you're on a 1 versus 1 and the other guy's got brawling weapons and you're over there with something like incinerators. You're going to fire off your ammo. You're going to run out of ammo and then you're going to be like, crap, I've got a really long reload time, and then you're probably going to end up dying very quickly. So I don't think those incinerator type weapons are good for brawling. Those are good for staying back 500 meters and firing some shots off into a crowd. What's up, Altered Beast? Altered Beast has got some new robot ideas. Do I watch Naturo? No, I think I've seen it a few times, but around here, Cartoon Network plays all those anime shows, but normally that stuff doesn't start till I'm already in bed, so I don't really watch that. I used to like the Dragon Ball Z series, but it ended, which was a bummer. That one used to start early, so I got to watch that before I went to bed, but I'm not really much of a TV person. I don't watch a lot of TV or movies, honestly. Now, I have been watching that Skinwalker Ranch show on the History Channel, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. There's some crazy stuff going on at that place, and it's not like Bigfoots and Skinwalkers like everybody thinks, but they got scientists out there trying to figure out all the weird anomalies and why the crazy stuff that happens there happens, and it's very interesting so far. That's about the only show I've been like regularly watching for the last couple of years. Oh yeah, the crazy khepri face. I thought some people would get a kick out of that one. Yeah, so Rusted, no matter what robot you're playing, you got to have the right modules on it, the right drone, and the right drone chips. And the right pilot skills. So pilot skills, drone chips, and modules all make a big part of how good a robot is. If you don't set it up correctly, your robot's going to suck. If you do set it up correctly, you can go in there and just beat the crap out of people. So yeah, it's good to do good stuff like that, but it can be quite expensive to get everything leveled up to where you need it to be. That's one thing. I wish they would have less stuff that costed so much gold. You gotta spend gold on your pilots, gold on your drones, gold on your chips. It's like we just don't have enough gold to go around. That's funny, Skull. Yeah, I think they would approve, buddy. Alright, Rusted says, I use Skyros with Venom and Toxin. That's a very good setup. I don't know if those reload when you go back into the ball, but if they don't, that's the only issue I would see with that. I don't think they reload when you go back into the ball, so let's just say you use most of the ammo and then you have to go back into the ball to save yourself. When you come back out, you're not going to have much ammo, so that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Alright, so is the River Chase very good? Alien, is that the one that gives them 25% more damage? I like the Rose pilot. I don't really like the 25% more damage pilot at the moment because every time I activate the dumb thing, somebody's purple shield goes up and all the ammo goes into the purple shield and that 25% damage gets wasted. Now, they are talking about doing something with these shields, guys, so there's a possibility that they're just going to remove the shields completely. Or they might make so the shields don't come on very often or something. And if the shields don't get in the way, yes, that would be a great pilot. But right now, I wouldn't run it because the shields kind of ruined that pilot. You know, Adora, that's a very good point there. He says, focus on drones and modules first because pilots are bot specific. Yeah, you can pull the modules off of any robot and put it on another robot. You can pull the drone off of any robot and put it on another robot. But once you level up a pilot, it is stuck. It is stuck on that robot and that robot only unless you spend more gold to re-roll all the skills. So, Adore, I don't know why I've never thought about that in the past because people are always like, what's more important, drones or pilots? And I was always like, well, man, that's a very hard one to answer because they're both so important. It's unbelievable, but what? Yeah, I never thought about it in that particular manner before. And you're right. You're right. Modules and drones are going to be the one to focus on because pilots, yeah, you're stuck on that robot for forever. Huh. So good point there, actually. Ah, Boring got the 3 Crimson Hawks. Well, I don't know if you need 3 of them, but hey, Hawk's still a pretty cool robot. Best modules to buy. So, you're probably trying to buy it in the store, correct? Let me go see exactly what's available in the store at the moment. Because right now the best module you can get are nuclear amplifiers and repair amplifiers, but I don't think you can just go buy either one of those. But those are the very, very best modules in the game. Heavy armor kits are still really good. Balance units are still really good. But if you're going into the store where you can buy the modules with silver, or gold, I should say. So last stands are very good on squishy robots. I wouldn't run a last stand on tanks anymore, but if your robot is really squishy, last stand will come in very handy. Anti-control is a very good module which can help so you don't get locked down or don't get locked down as often. Balance units give you more durability and more damage. They are very good. Heavy armor kits give you more durability, so they're still pretty nice. Most people would probably go with the balanced unit over the armor kits though, including myself. In most cases, I would say the balanced unit is the better module. Fortifiers are good for robots who have shields, and pretty much all the rest of the modules, I would say no, don't get those. Now, some people though, if you're using a beacon runner, some people might want to put nitro units or a battleborn on their beacon runner, but those are very situational modules that are only going to work on some bots. So if you have to get it out of the workshop, I would say balance units, anti-controls, and maybe a couple last stands are the ones to get. But you really want repair amplifiers and nuclear amplifiers, but unfortunately, not easy to get at the moment. Now let me read back up through the chat a little bit. When do modules for drones start to show up in the key chests? Drones don't have modules. Maybe you're talking about the microchips. I don't think microchips are ever in the key chests. You got to go into the microchip store to get those. Sometimes you might win a couple microchips out of the operations, but I don't think there's ever been any there. Hold on a second. I don't think there's ever been any in the key chest that I can remember. Now, it's possible that they could put them in there because they always change what's in the key chest every so often. So if they do decide to put them in there, I don't know if they have any plans of doing that anytime soon or not. That's not really the kind of information that they share with us. Oh wow, Rusted's got 3 invaders. That's crazy. Dor says he's been seeing every week where you can buy 2 nuclear amplifiers for 100 million silver each. That's pretty good. I mean, 100 million silver is a lot of silver. But if you do have these silver laying around and you don't have any nuclear amplifiers, you might want to pick some of those up. I mean, a lot of people run 2 nuclear amplifiers on every bot. Most people run at least 1. Most like bigger players in Champion League run at least 1 or 2 nuclear amplifiers, and then they run 1 or 2 of the repair amplifiers. Yeah, Harry, man, he says, I hate that they nerfed the AG return of newer Titans and weapons. Yeah, I mean, some of those things were giving us 11 million silver. Now they're down to 3, so I don't know why they cut it down so much. That's very disappointing, and I don't even think they told anybody. Like, one night, it was just like, bam, it's been changed. But I do feel like a lot of people are very disappointed with that change, including myself, because I've always loved like getting extra Titan and Titan weapons. Every time I get one of those, I'm like, yes, a nice amount of silver. And now it's just like, oh man, a little bit of silver, but I don't know. Skull, Scorpion, and Revenant are very different robots. Revenant's a tank. Scorpion is a get in and get out assassin. So yeah, I mean, If you're asking if it's okay to run both of those in one hanger, I would say yes. I think that would be a very good thing to have both of those in one hanger, honestly. Passenger, what's up? How are you? No, I mean, the thing with the Scorpion is if you learn how to play it, you rush in, you teleport in there. You want weapons that unload as much damage as quickly as possible. So you do need the right weapons to play Scorpion efficiently, but you get in, you unload your damage, and you instantly leave and get out of there. You look for people who are low on health, you come in, you pick them off, and you leave. I mean, it's just a really good assassin type of robot. But between Revenant and Scorpion, I think the Revenant is a much better beacon runner. I mean, beacon grabber, beacon holder. But Scorpion's probably the better killer assassin type of deal. So that one's really going to come down to what type of play style you're trying to do. So Passenger, right at the beginning of the stream, we talked about what's going on with the khepri nerf, and I don't think it's really going to be a big deal. It's a very small nerf. It's definitely going to tone him down a little bit, but it's not going to make him bad by any means. I think khepri is still going to be one of the best robots in the game after the nerf happens. So I'm definitely not worried about it one bit. Which one did you like more, Fafnir and Orochi meta or Hawk meta? I'll tell you what, the Hawk was the one robot in the game that I hated with a passion. You would get like 4 Hawks, 5 Hawks, they would go up in the air at the same time and they would all zap the same target. The Hawk made me want to throw my phone out the window and then go outside and smash it with a hammer, and throw it back through the window, smash it with a hammer again, and then throw it back out the window. I hated dealing with the Hawk, guys. It was the worst thing that's ever been in this game, in my opinion. I am really glad the Hawk is no longer in the meta. I hate that freaking thing. Alright, Passenger says Scorpion with Mace and Cudgel is better than Scorpion with a Havoc and Scatter. I'm not so sure about that one. The Havoc and the Scatter are the biggest damage dealing weapons in the game, and they make so you can't heal back up from them. So if they both had the same type of reload time, the Sonic weapons would be superior. Now, there's one problem that makes your statement true, is the fact that the Sonic weapons are very hard to use. If you're lagging a little bit, or if the enemy's moving fast, it's really easy to miss your shots. But let's just say you land all the shots, the Havoc type weapons are gonna just be way more brutal than something like those new shotguns. So for your average player though, I think these shotguns are the way to go because they're much easier to use and the reload time is a lot faster. So Havoc and Scatter are technically better, but at the same time they're worse. So everything in this game has its advantages and its disadvantages. Skull says, I am not alone when it comes to hating Hawk. We hate Hawk. That Hawk was always a big old pain in the butt. But yeah, Sonic's not allowing you to repair though is kind of a big deal. So all your healing chips, your healing drone, everything like that is worthless when you start getting hit by Sonics. And I'll tell you what, for some reason when you put Sonic weapons on a Scorpion, I don't know why, but it feels like they hit harder on a Scorpion than they do on any other robot. So I actually feel like Sonic Scorpion is the best Scorpion you can play. Ramen, what's up, buddy? How are you today? Yeah, Hawk ignored the robot's damage resistance. He was horrible to deal with, man. He was horrible. I didn't like him. I did not like him at all. That Hawk was like a super pain in the butt, man. I never had a problem with Ao Jun. I actually never understood why people hated Ao Jun so much. I mean, that robot was the king of the game for a really long time, but it was never overpowered like the Hawk. It was overpowered for what it was, but I don't know. I could get away from an Ao Jun. I could survive an Ao Jun attack, but Hawk attacks, there were certain ways you could set up the Hawk to make it do like 300% or 400% more damage. With the right pilot and chip mixtures, there was some sort of glitch which allowed the Hawk to just zap things instantly, and a lot of people were running that glitch setup. And that was just nasty. You could not escape from that thing. I mean, the Ao Jun was nasty, but the Ao Jun was not a problem like the Hawk was, in my opinion. But I didn't mind playing against Ao Juns, but I did hate playing against Hawks. Now, let's just say you had to deal with 3 or 4 Ao Juns at the same time. Oh, you're going to get cooked, man. You're going to be a barbecue grilled something. I tried to think something funny to say, but it didn't work. I was going to say like a barbecue grilled hamburger, but that doesn't make much sense. But you're going to be barbecued if a couple of those came at you. But one Hawk or 2 Hawks could just wreck you instantly. Adore said, I'm going to sit back and eat popcorn and watch the stream. Passenger says, even meta players didn't like the Hawk. I didn't actually like playing the Hawk. To me, it felt like you were driving a 2x4. It was just so stiff feeling. Alright, Passenger says, is Orochi Puncher good? Yes, that's a very good setup. Orochi's not a super easy robot to play, but if you get good with playing the Orochi, I'll tell you what, it does great. It does great. But not everybody's good with the Orochi. I want to try one other thing here. Where's that at? Text size? No, it's at normal size. I'm trying to figure out why the text is so big in that little screen on the right there. That should be smaller size so people can actually read it. There's got to be some sort of way to adjust that, but I don't know how. There's got to be a way to do it. It'd be nice if like the comments actually scrolled down like normal in there, but they're way too big. Oh well. Oh yeah, Demeter with sonic weapons or the new shotguns are great. Flamethrowers on Demeter, the Bane type of weapons, not Bane, but Venoms. Venoms on there are really, really good. Terrans are really good too. I like Terrans on there a lot. Yeah, you know, you gotta aim the Ao Jun's flamethrowers at just the right spot or they don't come on. I don't know why they have not fixed that glitch. It's been like that for years. Some people say you have to aim slightly to the left or slightly to the right instead of aiming right at the center of the robot. I don't know what the deal is with it, but you have to get your aim locked on at just the perfect spot to get those flamethrowers to turn on. So kind of play with where you aim when you're trying to shoot somebody with them. It's ridiculous, but unfortunately that's how you have to do it. Oh, Elijah says, I just got a couple of cloaking units. Are they good? You know, cloaking units are pretty cool modules overall. They're not really one of my favorites, but they can definitely come in handy on the right robot. Like, I know some people run them on Behemoth, some people run them on Orochi, some people run them on like Siren and Harpies. On some robots, yes, they're pretty good, but it's not something I would really run on most of my robots. What would I recommend on the Revenant or Fenrir? Okay, so Puncher is awesome. Bane is awesome. The flamethrowers are awesome. The new shotguns are awesome. The new hazard type of weapons can be really good, like Hazard, Decay, and Blight. Those can be really good. Tyrans and Redeemers can be pretty good. Now, I wouldn't run Magnums, though. If you're running on the Revenant, I would not run Magnums. Magnums kind of suck. What else? What else? You still might see some people sometime running Spark and Scourge, which if it wasn't for the lock-on, I would say those are still very good weapons up close. They do a lot of damage up close. So they're still pretty good brawling weapons, but when you're fighting something fast like a khepri, you're probably going to lose your lock-on a lot, or if something goes into stealth. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue. That's the only reason I don't really recommend those anymore. Nah, I don't think the ice rockets do very good. Every time I put ice rockets on there, I'm very disappointed with the amount of damage they do. I mean, you used to be able to kill an Arthur in one go with the ice rockets. Now they're very just kind of like blah. That's the best I can explain them. And another thing that a lot of people overlook that's actually good on brawlers are weapons like Nucleon and Quarker. At point blank, you never have to reload those weapons. They just shoot and shoot and shoot. Now, from a distance, they're a little bit of a pain in the butt to use. But at point blank, I'll tell you what, they're actually really good on a brawler. I wouldn't level them up just to level them up, but if you've already got some leveled up, they're worth using. But it's not something I would level. I wouldn't go out of my way to get and level those. Mono says a Scald Scorcher area is a good setup. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. The reload time on those is a little bit long, but if you can get used to the reload, that'll be an okay setup. I don't feel that's going to be one of the best area setups, mainly because I feel the amount of damage those weapons do for the reload time, it just isn't really I feel like if they did more damage, that would make sense because the reload's a little long. But they're not my favorite. They're not my favorite weapons. I do like those weapons on the Orochi. I do like those weapons on the Hawk. But most robots, I do not like those weapons on. They would be okay, but I don't think they would be your best choice. Nebula or Beak? Well, that depends on if you want damage or durability. Beak is damage, Nebula is durability. So it depends on which robot you're using it on. What's up, Curtis? How are you? Hi, Passenger did hate the old Nucleons. For Allergen, is it better to use Vipers or Hornets or Calamity or Embers or Hammers? You know, Vipers are great weapons. If you got Vipers, I would say if you can deal with the 10-second reload time, Vipers are wonderful weapons. Alright, Hammers are great if you don't mind playing up close. Embers are really good as well if you don't mind playing up close. Embers are probably the hardest to use, but they're great if you can figure it out. But I think the easiest to use out of all those are going to be the Vipers. Hornets are really amazing weapons, except for the fact that they've got what a 12 or a 14 second reload time. That reload is just too long. Calamities are only good at really close range, so I don't think the Calamities are going to be your best bet. Plus they got the lock on time, so I would say go with the Vipers. But another setup I really like on the Ao Jun would be Redeemers. I love the Redeemers. I love the Vipers, and I think the Hammers would be great if you're really comfortable playing the Ao Jun up close. But I like to have weapons that do good damage from a distance, because you're probably going to want to stay away from the enemies. A good 600 meter or 500 meter range weapon would be better for him, in my opinion, because you want to be able to get up in the air, shoot from a distance, and then land back behind cover as far away from the enemies as possible, because the Ao Jun is so squishy. If you land next to the enemies, they're probably just going to wipe you out as soon as you land. So you need to be able to keep your distance. What are good weapons to run on Jaeger? Well, gosh, Jaeger is not a bot that I've really got into, but I guess two of the Gauss weapons would really go well with its built-in weapon. If you could run two Gauss plus its built-in weapon, that's going to be very strong. Two Prismas would be okay. Two of the new, Blight weapons? Blight or Hazard or Decay. I can't remember which one is the heavy, but one of those would be good. But I really think Gauss or Prisma is going to be your best bet, because you need to stay really far in the back with that robot. If somebody gets inside of your shield, they will wreck you in about a quarter of a second. When that robot shield goes down, or if somebody can get inside of the Jaeger shield, you will get stomped almost instantly. Jaeger is definitely a team deathmatch robot. It has no place in beacon games, in my opinion. So if you're playing Jaeger on a team deathmatch, something with a 1200 meter range would be your best bet. You gotta stay way far back, because a little Scorpion will come in and teleport in and smash you. A Revenant will teleport inside of your shield and smash you. I mean, once they get through that shield, you are done. You are done. Alex Arroy says Havoc Ravena works really well. Yeah, it would actually. What's up, buddy? Havoc, Ravena, or Mace? I would probably go with the Mace myself, because it's easier to use. Havocs are very hard to use on Ravena, just because there's so many khepris out there. You're going to end up missing a lot of shots right now. Like, once the khepris are slowed down and there's not a whole bunch of fast robots, then I would say definitely go with the Havocs. But I don't know, Havocs and Mace are both two of the very best weapons you can run on there. I think the Mace is a lot easier to use. That's why I'm going to say go with the Mace. The Havoc is probably the stronger weapon if you can get good at using it. Ah man, here comes the nasty bots. If we got a moderator in here, can you guys report and ban the bots, the adult love site bots or whatever that is? Do we have any moderators in here today? Adore, you still here, buddy? We need you to ban those turds. Thank you. Good setup for Phantom. Personally, I think the new shotguns are really good on Phantom. Havocs can be really good on Phantom. Sonics can be pretty good on Phantom, but I don't recommend them. What else? What else would I put on Phantom right now? I know there was another. Oh yeah, Banes, the acid sprayer weapons. Not Banes, but the venom and toxins are really good on Phantom. I know there was a couple other setups I really enjoyed on the Phantom, but Phantom's really cool because you can just run in, do a lot of damage, and teleport out. So my advice with Phantom is any weapon that hits really hard up close is going to be a good choice. I would definitely run a Nebula drone, and if you can get Phantom's pilot that makes his ability last longer, man, that makes him so much better. James, I'm glad you're liking the videos, buddy. Thank you. And welcome to the stream. Do I think Orochi will win against Blitz? Let's just say you have a very, very skilled Blitz player, and it does take a lot of skill to play a Blitz these days. And you have a very, very skilled Orochi player, and it does take a lot of skill to be good with Orochi. That would be a very interesting fight, but I do kind of feel like the Orochi, if the Orochi times its abilities properly, I think the Orochi would probably beat the Blitz. But if you had two players that were really, really skilled with each one, that would be a rough battle for both players. Rusta says, do you think the special edition Indra will be at Halloween time? Well, that's about 2 months from now, more like 3 months. That's almost 3 months away, so I really don't know what they're going to have around Halloween time, honestly. I mean, waiting 3 months to come out with a special edition kind of seems like a long time. Normally when there's a special edition, it comes out like a month and a half later, sometimes sooner. So I really don't know, man. Man or gal, whichever one you are. I forget who asked that, so I don't know if it was a boy's name or a girl's name or a name that could have been anybody. Alright, what's up, Ozzy? Nord wants to know, hey Danny, will matches get harder if you get a legendary robot? I'm not really sure what you mean by a legendary robot, but I don't think what robots you're playing have anything to do with the matchmaking. Ozzy M says, did I try out the Seraph with Vipers? Ozzy M, in the game news, there's a link to my video about the Seraph with Vipers. And I must say, I loved it. Do they ever do Black Friday sales or Christmas sales or giveaways? Oh, Elijah, there's giveaways all the time. My channel has giveaways. Alright, my channel has 200 item giveaways, usually about every other month. I have a 5-item giveaway every week. Adrian and Manny are always doing giveaways. I mean, a lot of us YouTubers that are kind of sponsored by the game manufacturers get to do giveaways. They do giveaways. Now, the game itself, Pixonic, they do giveaways on their Facebook. They do giveaways on their Discord. They do giveaways on Reddit. They do giveaways on their YouTube page. Plus, all of us YouTubers that are sponsored by them also get to do giveaways. And there's a bunch of YouTube creators. There's people in the creators program, which a lot of them are smaller YouTubers. They get to do the little weekly 5-item giveaways. So I do a 5-item giveaway every week because even though it's a small giveaway, somebody still gets something cool. That's the only reason I do the small giveaways, is I still get to give somebody something. Even if it's not much, that's still 5 people getting something cool. So I do one of those every week. And then usually every other month I have a big 200-item giveaway. So yeah, there's all kinds of giveaways. Now, sales, there's different sales every day. If you look in the daily deals, there's always like good deals in there. There's good deals, there's bad deals, there's deals that nobody in their right mind would buy. But if you watch those every day, you're going to find stuff. Now, sometimes they do have like special events where they're giving out robots for free around the holidays. So stuff like that does happen. Like I got a free Fenrir one year that looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That was the free Christmas present one year. So yeah, stuff like that goes on for sure. But yeah, when you say legendary robot, I'm guessing you're meaning like a tier 4 robot. Because we got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 items in the game. And I wouldn't consider any of those to be legendary, but, you know, maybe you're considering the ones with like the gold tier 4 to be legendary. Danny, do you get stuff from Pixonic? Yeah, there's some very nice perks about being in the creators program. Like if a new robot comes out and stuff, like it kind of depends on how many views your YouTube channels get, but people in the creators program or some of the YouTube mentors like me can get some nice stuff for being part of their thing, because they want us to be able to make videos on our own account with some of the new stuff. So when new stuff comes out, sometimes they do throw us some new stuff, which is very cool. But anybody who has 500 subscribers on YouTube and gets a decent amount of views can join the creators program, and if you get enough views on your channel, you can get some extra prizes and stuff like that too. So it's kind of a cool deal. But basically, we show people the items that makes people want to get the items. So we're kind of like promoting the items for them in a way by showing you guys videos of the new stuff. So they like to give us some of the new stuff so we can make videos for it. Do I do videos on the press account? Yes. If I can't do it on my account, let's just say there's a video I want to do and I don't have the stuff on my account, then yeah, I do switch over to the other account and use that one. Because I do have an account that's owned by Pixonic. Most of the time I try to make the videos on my account, but there's quite a few that I have made or do make on that other account as well. How long did Hate Hawk? Danny, how long did Hate Hawk? What do you mean? How long did I not like the Hawk? I've always hated the Hawk. Since the day that darn thing came out, I've hated it, and I still hate it. I hate Hawk! That was my catchphrase back in the day. I hate Hawk! I would always scream that while playing. That thing sucks. Skyros or Khepri? Well, Skyros is a very fun, to some people, very boring to others, beacon runner. Khepri is a brawler, beacon grabber, support. Khepri is the better robot. But right now, what I noticed the top clans are playing is like 3 Khepris and 2 Skyros, or 4 Khepris and 1 Skyros. They use these Skyros to get the beacons quickly and stay on the beacons. If they drop 3 Skyros and each one goes to a beacon and the other team can't get rid of that Skyros, they're going to hold the beacons for the majority of the game. So yeah, that's what they do. They usually drop 3 Skyros and everybody else drops the Khepris. And then as the Skyros dies, they start bringing all the Khepris in. And you can't stop them because the Khepris and the Skyros are both so hard to kill. Those are really like the 2 most meta setups right now. But they're both very different and used for very different things. We got Barbarian in the house. What's up, Barbarian? Nice to see you, my friend. Okay, so yeah, the robots with the yellow or gold are considered tier 4. The purple ones are tier 3. The blue ones are tier 2, and the ones with like a white background are tier 1 robots. So in this game, I don't really think they're considered to be legendary. They're considered to be tier 4. But yes, I mean, if you were going to go by legendary, you're right. The gold or yellow is normally legendary, but War Robots doesn't actually classify robots as legendary in this game. But hey, you know what? I think most people, if you say that to most people, they're going to understand what you're talking about. So I kind of figured that's what you were talking about, but I wasn't 100% sure. Oh yeah, Andrew says selling bots and weapons too little silver. I agree. It's really sad how much we put in. I mean, it costs you 400 million to upgrade a robot from level 1 to maxed out, and when you sell it, you get like what, like 3% of your silver back or something? That's terrible. That's terrible. They really should change the amount of silver we get when we sell something. Personally, I don't think that's right that they do that. Hide user from channel. Report. Pornography. There we go. Later, crappy bot. Alright, let's see. All those porn bots are nasty. I wish YouTube needs to figure out a way to get rid of all those bots, man. They come in here and they're just disgusting. I mean, there might be kids in these chat rooms. These things come in with all their dirty language and stuff. I hate these things. Oh yeah, Ozzy, yeah, we were just talking about that a minute ago. They also did reduce the amount of silver you get when you sell Titan or Titan weapons. And that sucks too. What do I think about the Titan Rebellants? Well, I'm a little bit worried about the Mirrormits. I don't know how good Mirrormits is going to be, but the Mirrormits right now is a beast. It is scary. I am terrified of the Mirrormits. That's the only Titan I'm scared of right now. So that probably tells you that the Titan needs the rebalanced, but most of the items and most of the Titans being rebalanced, I think they're still going to be really good after. But, I mean, we're going to have to really wait till they go live and we get to try them out to know for sure. But yeah, I've got this feeling that most of the Titans and Titan weapons are still going to be very good. Kron says, I can't wait for the new Titan. I'm looking forward to that myself. What's up, Swarna Deep? How you doing? Luchador kind of needs a rebalance. He's a little bit too strong sometimes. I mean, what they're doing to the Luchador is not much. It's going to be a very, very small change. It's going to make him a little bit more manageable. So I think it's a good thing myself. Not everybody's going to agree with that, but I don't have a problem with what they're doing to him. I'm actually kind of glad they're nerfing that a little bit. You know, not the killer players, buddy. I've got my Discord and pretty much every other app set to where people can't send me messages because I'll get 200, 300, 400, 500 messages a day coming in on those apps, and there's no way in the world I can possibly answer all those questions. So I've had to turn it off. And the thing is, there's a lot of people that will send me 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 messages a day. I'm not kidding. So due to the fact that people blow me up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I've had to set all of my stuff to private where I can't get messages. So unfortunately, people who can't control themselves or people who seem to have like mental problems ruin it for everybody else. I mean, if people were just cool and they would send a message and be like, hey, I got a question, and then patiently wait for me to get back to them and answer or something, it wouldn't be so bad. But I had to pretty much make it so nobody can message me anywhere. I mean, I spend 3 or 4 hours a day just answering YouTube comments. I don't have time to answer several hundred questions on Discord and Facebook and Reddit and stuff like that either, unfortunately. So I mean, I can't even imagine how many more hours a day that would take. I focus on answering the comments on my YouTube channel. Because, I mean, I probably wake up, I got 3 YouTube channels, so I get a lot of comments coming in. I mean, I probably get about, I'd say between 100 and 200 comments a day on the War Robots channel, probably 300-400 comments a day on my CSR2 Racing channel, and a couple comments on the other channel that I'm kind of working on getting started out. So that's where I focus on replying to people's questions, is on the YouTube comments. So if you've got a question, you know, feel free to ask in the comments, and as long as I'm able to see your comment, I will do my best to answer it. What do I think about the Indra? I don't know. You can't really judge the robots on the test server. We got to try it out on the test server. It seems really cool. It seems really fun, but I'm a little worried that it's actually going to be a game-breaking robot. I think it's going to be really, really overpowered, but we don't know how they're going to have it set up when it goes live. So what they do is they test out stuff out on the test server, and generally every week they make some changes. They get our feedback. They ask you to fill out the form. What did you think of it? You know, between that and the data that they get from the test server, between our feedback and whatever the computer data tells them, that's what they use to decide how that robot's going to be when it goes onto the live server. So it may be very different, or it could be very similar to the way it was on the test server. So until it goes live, I don't say this is going to be good or this is going to be bad, because there's so many times there was something on the test server that completely sucked. It was horrible on the test server, and then it went live and it was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. So you can't really judge stuff by the way it is on the test server. Andrew says the new Titan weapons seem way too strong. Yeah, I actually hope they're not as strong as they are on the live server as they were on the test server. Because yeah, I feel that they are really, really overpowered on the test server. So I hope they tone them down before they put those out on the live server. If not, it's going to be way too much. Yeah, per drag, sometimes I think there are Titan giveaways, but not very often. Generally, it's going to be a robot or a weapon when there's a giveaway, but normally it's not going to be Titans. Now, I do think sometimes Manny and Adrian get to give away Titans, I think. Every once in a while, I think there may be a Titan giveaway on their channels, but most of us do not get to do Titan giveaways, I've noticed. Normally when there is a giveaway, Pixonic arranges what the giveaways are and lets us do them. So we're not choosing what we want to give away. Pixonic says, hey, this is what we're giving away. Would you let YouTubers like to do it? And then we say, yes, we'll give that away. So the giveaways are all arranged by Pixonic, guys. Mr. Roboto, how you doing, man? I'm doing all right, thank you. Black Catcher says Khepri is so cute in the thumbnail. Oh, he's not cute, he's sad. He's about to cry. They're gonna nerf him. He's a sad boy. He's like, don't nerf me, I'm just a little guy. But he's really like 12 stories tall or something. Oh yeah, YouTube is not easy. It is not easy to do well on YouTube. Like my YouTube channels, 2 of them are doing pretty good, but I mean, they're not great compared to like, I mean, there's channels out there with 10 million subscribers, 100 million subscribers, a couple 100,000 subscribers. You know, I might have like 50,000 subscribers on one channel and around 20 on the other. And to me, that's really good, but it's bad compared to most YouTubers. And then there's actually some channels out there that are putting out awesome content and only have like a couple 100 subscribers. So I wish I really understood how to make videos that appealed to YouTube's algorithm, because man, YouTube's algorithm decides how well your channel does. If the algorithm looks at your videos and whatever you're doing tells the algorithm that you're making good videos, that algorithm will start promoting your videos and trying to show them to everybody. But some people have mastered how that works and know how to make videos with tags and titles and descriptions and content that somehow the algorithm picks up on their videos and shows everybody. Those people who figure that out do very, very well on YouTube. People who don't figure that out usually do poorly. So I do know this much. To do well on YouTube, you have to make content that people actually want to see. You got to teach them something. You got to keep them entertained. You can't just throw any old thing out there. You got to stand out above other YouTubers in some way. If you don't, your channel is going to fall back behind the cracks. Now, YouTube says the most important things for your YouTube channel are 1, making good thumbnails and a good title, good tags, and a good description. Those things are, the title and the thumbnail are what get people to see your video as they're scrolling through YouTube. And if those look interesting, people are going to click on your video. If they do not look or sound interesting, they're going to move on by and they're not going to watch it and they're going to find another video. So your thumbnail has to catch their eye, and then your title has to make them go, yeah, I want to watch this video. So once they click on your video, the content has to keep that person's interest long enough for them to watch it so they don't leave the video. So if your content's bad or your audio quality's bad or this or that, people are likely just to click off and go away. Now, one thing I do know about the YouTube algorithm is the longer people watch your video, the more likely it is to promote your channel. So I might make a 10 or a 15 minute video and the average person stays for between 3 to 7 minutes on my videos. Now, I do know this. Let's just say I made a 15-minute video. If the majority of people who watched my videos stayed for 60 to 75% of the video, YouTube would be way more likely to show my videos to more people. So I do know the longer people watch your videos, the more likes, the more comments and stuff like that, that attracts the algorithm. But I know there's a lot more to it. So there's a lot going on with the YouTube algorithm. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, let's get back to the war robots. Andrew says, I thought you insert ads. Yeah, YouTube automatically adds ads here and there. Even channels that don't make money off of YouTube have ads on them. So YouTube can put ads on anybody's videos. Now, us YouTubers that do make money from YouTube, we get paid for people watching the ads. Yeah, Nebula is a good drone for anything. Nebula is the one drone you can put on any robot and it's going to perform excellent. What do I think about the new weapons on the Skyros? Are you talking about the radiation weapons like Blight, Hazard, and Decay? I think they're very good on the Skyros if you want to play them at a distance. They're cool weapons. I like them. I mean, I think they fit him very well. I'm not sure if they're going to be my first choice for weapons for the Skyros, but I think they're very good. Yeah, Passenger, there's a bug for certain robots teleporting really far, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be fixed very soon. Alright, so the test server is only open for a few hours. Alright. It's only open for a couple days a week and a few hours, then it shuts down, then it reopens. Thing is, if it was open 24 hours a day, there would not be that many people on it. So they schedule it for certain days and certain times, because if people know, hey, it's going to be open at this time, there's going to be a bunch of people on at that time, to where if it was open 24 hours a day, the amount of players on might be scattered out, and there might not be enough people trying on the test server to actually get like games going. So there's a reason they do that. It's not just just like that for the heck of it. Hopefully what I said made sense there, but that's kind of why they do it. Would I recommend the Persephone? Yes and no. I really like the Persephone, but I feel the Nebula is next much better. But I would say the Persephone is probably the second best defense drone. Nebula is the first. Persephone is cool, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Nebula. I've tried them both out, and I feel that the Nebula makes my robots survive longer than the Persephone. Now, if you were playing a robot that hides a lot, and you need the slow healing, then that's where the Persephone would come in. On robots that you're brawling, you're always in the fight all the time, you're never hiding, you're never in the background, that's where the Persephone comes in. But pretend you have like a Ares, alright? Pretend you have an Ares. Ares is so squishy, you don't want to be out in the open unless you have your abilities. So with the Ares, you use your ability goes off, you take a little bit of damage before you get back to cover, then you get back to cover and you hide, and then that Persephone sits there and heals you up while you're behind cover. So that's kind of where the Persephone comes in for robots where you're playing them like that. Robots that you're just up in somebody's face and you're just fighting the entire battle, that's where the Nebula comes into play. And the majority of people are playing brawlers right now. So Nebula, I mean, even on something like the Ares, the Nebula is going to be a good robot, but not as good as it will be on like a Fenrir or something else. Well, hopefully that makes sense. Rusted says, Danny, your channel is pretty straightforward. Yeah, I try to keep it pretty straightforward. I try to get right into it and get the stuff done, because I mean, I don't want to waste people's time. One thing I can't stand is a YouTube channel where the videos are supposed to be about a certain thing, and they blab on for like 45 minutes, and like somewhere in that 45-minute video is like a 3-minute clip of what the video was supposed to be about. Or they blab on for like 10 minutes before they even get to the point. Like the other day I watched a video about, I can't remember what it was about, but it was like it was some sort of audio editing video, like how to use this specific plugin. And the guy went on for seriously about 10 minutes as to why you should watch his video about this specific thing before he even got into the how-to section. And I fast forwarded a little bit, finally I found the spot where he started talking about the thing, and he mentioned it for like a minute, and then he went back into why you should watch his video again. And I'm like, you know what, screw this, I'm out. So yeah, people who can't just get to the point drive me nuts, man. There may be some videos where I get off topic and I yammer on a little bit, but I try to pretty much say, hey, this is what we're going to do, and do it. You know what I mean? Alright, so Marcus says Persephone is very good on the Scorpion. Yes, I would agree. I think I would actually run a damage drone on the Scorpion, but yeah, Persephone would be ideal for the Scorpion because he's a hit and hide robot. So I think that would be a very good choice. Hey, what's up, Midnight? How you doing? Marcus is from Brazil. Hey, what's up? Welcome. Barrel drone. I don't really like the barrel. The barrel's cool, but it's not really my thing. To me, the barrel just seems kind of gimmicky. It's not something I'm going to run myself. Oh yeah, Barbarian says the Ravana's ability cancels the gravity turret. So yeah, if you get gravity amplified or anything, no matter what hits your Ravana, if your ability's ready, it cancels all of that. So you can get out of anything with a Ravana. Lockdown, freeze, whatever it is, it gets rid of it. Cool Burn says, are you time dropping Thursday? Yeah, we'll be doing some time drops on Thursday. Rusted, yeah, you definitely have to have over 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 watch hours in a 12-month period. So People gotta watch 4,000 hours worth of your videos, plus you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and YouTube has to agree with the content you're doing. I guess if you got like a bunch of copyright issues and stuff going on in your channel, they might deny you. I mean, they can kind of deny you for any reason, but... Oh man, there's one of those stupid bots again. Reports. We don't like those porn bots. Get out of here. Now let's hide them from the channel. There we go. Later, nasty bot. Rusted, I'm glad you're enjoying the channel, buddy. And thank you for watching. Thank all of you guys for watching. I appreciate all you guys. What's the best easy to play build on Ravana? Oh man. If you want to play them up close, I would say the new shotguns or the Venoms would both be excellent for easy to play. But if you want to play them from like a distance, I would say those new the new weapons. I can't remember, Blight Hazard and whatever you call it. I don't remember what the medium one's called offhand, but those would be very good choices. Or these, like the Razdor would be really good actually. Razdor would be a good choice. 3 Tyrans is very nice if you want to play back from a little bit of a distance, but not too much of a distance. I think those are the main ones I would choose right now. I think those are some of the best weapons. Hazard, yeah, thank you, Kron. Would I recommend the paralysis drone? Yes, I think it's a very good drone, but I do think the beak is better because the beak gives you the durability chip. I would rather have the durability chip. With the beak, you get damage and you get durability. Now, here's the thing about the paralysis that I don't like is it's got an ability to lock people down, but if you don't run an additional lockdown module on it, it takes forever to lock somebody down. So you almost have to use one of the circle slots for a lockdown module. And the other problem is right now there's a specific way to set up khepris and hawks to make them do like 300% more damage if you lock, freeze, or suppress them. So I tried to avoid running lock, freeze, and suppressors anymore. So, in my opinion, the beak's ability kind of sucks. It's not a very good ability because it only works once per game, but the chip slots are very, very helpful for durability and extra damage. It's got great chip slots. That's why we like the beak. Ravana Pulsar, that's an interesting one, Barbarian. I don't think I've ever played that. Gonk, what's up, buddy? How are you? Alright, so you keep getting hit before your ability is over on Ravana. I think right when you start coming out of the ability, you can still get hit. So I think that's just kind of the way he's designed. Like you'll notice you'll kind of turn a little bit of a lighter color before you completely come out of it. And I think when you turn the lighter color, that's just kind of like your warning that, hey, your ability is almost over. So they can kind of still hit you in that last stage of the ability. Ion. Nicholas says put the Ion on there. You know what? That would be a fun setup. Ion's a very underrated weapon. I mean, it's not something I think I would play every day, but Ion's pretty fun. I made a video a while back, I think, of Ion Fafnir, and it did really good. It was a good time. Per drag, thanks, buddy. But yeah, towards the beginning of the video, we talked about all the recent changes, and I sucked at reading. I was a stuttering, blundering fool because I'm dyslexic. I was trying to read all the information off real fast, so I was just like, every time I would talk, so. But yeah, we went over all that crazy stuff. Being dyslexic, a pain in the butt, but could be worse, right? Marcus says Ravena Hazard. Yeah, that would be a good setup. Alright, Adore ate his popcorn. That was some long popcorn eating sessions right there, buddy. How long does it take you to eat popcorn, man? It's been like an hour. Dark Angel, what's up, what's up? Yeah, Barbarian says I should have a hover pilot. I would be all about that. Give the hover like damage resistance while he's in the air. I will take it, man. I will take it. If I could get that pilot that gave hover damage resistance while in the air, I would play the heck out of the hover. I still love the hover. It's one of my favorite bots. It's not easy to play, but my god, it's a good bot. Like, it can't really take out the Capris though. That's the one reason I don't play it anymore is Capris in Skyros. You can't really do crap to those with a hover, unfortunately. But I can destroy Titans with a hover. I can destroy Fenrirs. I can destroy most things with a hover. Surprisingly, it's all about getting really close to them and then jumping and getting up over their head and doing weird stuff. And they're spinning around trying to figure out where you're at. I mean, you can confuse the heck out of a player with a hover if you play it just right. Like, I used to hover right over top of Al Mings and pretty much get on top of their back while they were in the air, and they wouldn't be able to figure out where I was. They wouldn't even be able to see me, and I'd just be beating on their head and destroying them, and they'd start turning around to look for who was hitting them, and they're probably like, I don't see anybody hitting me. Where is that coming from? And you would just hover directly over top of the flying Al Ming, and you would kind of like sneak up behind it, just hover right over top of him and just bash him until he died. I mean, I used to destroy Mings with the hover like that. Hover was a cool bot, guys. Hover was a cool bot. What's up, Echo? Man, we got about 10 more minutes left on the stream, guys. Our 2 hours is almost up. Oh, Nicholas did a Fafnir with ballistas. That does not sound like a very good build, but how was it? Maybe it's good, I don't know, but I don't think I would enjoy that one. What do I think about the Hades in the modern meta? King, I think it can be great, but it has a hard time. It struggles right now. I think the Khepris are a little too overpowered, and there's a lot of robots with Shield Breaker that give the Hades a very hard time. I think it's still a really great robot. I would give it about a 8 out of 10, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. I don't think it's like the most wonderful thing in the world anymore, but I think if you're a very good player with Hades and you play it cautiously, you can still do very well with it, and it's very fun. On a one-on-one brawl, it still can be pretty good, but yeah, it's a little harder to play with today's meta. Today's meta is just a little bit too overpowered, I think. Midnight Man, I really don't know. I believe that's coming out during this update, or at least I thought it was going to. I don't see anything in the update notes about that pilot, but that does not mean they're scrapping it or postponing it. But I'm not really sure. It may be coming out during this next update. I just haven't seen anything about it in the notes. Pixonic hasn't mentioned it, at least not that I've seen, but I do expect it to be on this update. It's probably going to be on this update. I know a while back they said it was going to be, but I don't know if that still stands. So we probably will see it, but don't quote me on that, but we'll probably see it on this update. I think there's going to be 2 or 3 new pilots coming out, actually. But I don't know if they're all going to be on this update. Rusted says Luchador should have been a spider, a super invader. I want to see a spider bot that actually climbs up walls and stuff, like hangs upside down from ceilings. Why don't we have that? Why can't Invader do that? Invader should be able to climb up walls and like hang upside down from the ceiling. I want that. Imagine how fun that would be if you could just climb up the wall and climb onto the ceiling and just kill people. It would be a weird, it would be weird, like, it would probably mess up your camera, though. Imagine what it would look like if everybody was upside down. That's probably why they don't do that. These freaking things, man. They've been plaguing my other YouTube channel's live streams for a long time, and now they're showing up on this YouTube channel. You jerks! Freaking crap bots, go away! You guys are a bunch of turd tacos. Alright, so they've been reported and banned from the channel. Unfortunately, they've probably got 500 more accounts that will show up later. Hades have Zeus and curvy guns. That's not a great combo, my friend. The curvy guns do the most damage when you actually bend them, so honestly, I don't think that's the greatest for something like to match with a Zeus that shoots straight. Because, alright, at close range it'll be fine, but at long distance, those bendy guns spray all over the place and do very little damage unless you actually bend them. So it's not ideal to match up a straight shooting weapon with a bendy weapon. Riker with corrosion, now that's a fun setup. Would you recommend the whiteout drone? Yes, I really do like the whiteout on a brawler robot. If you're playing a robot that's always up in other robots' faces and you're always within 50 to 100 meters away, yeah, whiteout's very good. You can put 2 healing chips on there that will really keep your robot alive if you put the right healing chips on there. And it will really mess up the enemy. So overall, the whiteouts are very good drones. So if you're playing a in-your-face brawler or something like a scorpion that's going to teleport in right next to an enemy, that's where the whiteout really shines. So put on the right type of robot, yes. Now if you're playing like a siren or a harpy or something where you're always way back far away from other people, no, don't use a whiteout. Would I recommend the Octanian drone passenger? Yes, that's a very nice drone, I do believe. I can't remember exactly what chips it has, but it's a very good damage drone. That drone was a very limited edition for the Serious Sam event, and I don't think we're ever going to be able to get that again. Like that's one of those drones where I don't think that's ever going to be offered again. I think that was a one-time deal. But it was a pretty decent drone, yes. I don't think it's one of the best drones. Let me look at that really quickly. Let me check out what chip slots that has really fast. I do have one of those. And I do remember thinking this is a very good damage drone, but not many people have it. Alright, so it's got 2 circles. It's got 2 effect chips, and it's got 2 damage chips. And I don't remember what the ability does. I'm trying to read it right now. Oh, it's got a built-in weapon. Okay, so basically it's a drone to do lots of damage with a built-in weapon. It's not as good as the Beak. It's probably not quite as good as the Paralysis, but well, I don't know. That and the Paralysis are very comparable, actually. One's got built-in lockdown, one's got a built-in weapon. But it's nice. I would go with the Beak over this, or a Nebula over this. But yeah, if you're looking for a damage drone and you have one, sure, it works. It works. It's got very nice chip slots for the most part. Not as good as some of the other drones, but I do think it's nice. Do I have the Iron Hearth? Yes, and I don't use it for anything. Maybe one day, like right now, I don't really think there's enough people using the bomb effect weapons to use the Iron Hearth. Like if weapons with bomb effect were everywhere, maybe. So we do have those new shotguns, and a lot of people do use those new shotguns, but those new shotguns accumulate the bomb effect very slowly, so it's not a big deal. Now, if everybody was using the rockets with the bomb effect, yeah, then you might want to use the Iron Hearth, because those rockets accumulate a lot of bomb effect. The shotguns really don't. But until there's like bomb effect everywhere and they're constantly just blowing up all over the place, that's about the only time I would recommend the Iron Hearth. So someday that drone may come in handy, but as of right now, I don't think it's that good. Would I recommend the Reviver? No. I would not recommend the Reviver at all for one reason. You have a gray bar, right? Let's just say you lose 75% of your health, and the gray bar, well, is like, I don't know, I can't do the math. I suck with the math. Not much over 75. Okay, let's just say your gray bar is at 50% and you're down to 75%. Well, you're only going to get half of that non-gray bar. So if you got a lot of gray bar, the healing is going to be next to nothing. So the only time that drone is worthwhile is if somehow you don't have any gray bar. So the only robot I think that's really going to do well on would possibly be the Mender, because the Mender can heal up all of its gray bar with that pilot. So with the Marie Leclerc pilot, the Reviver might be something you would try out on the Mender. But on pretty much any other robot, I would say no. Maybe the Revenant, because when you go into the Revenant's ability, it becomes immune to gray bar. So if you die when you're in the ability, you might get a big old huge chunk of healing back. But for the most part, I think the Reviver is one of the worst drones in the game for most situations. But guys, our 2 hours is pretty much up. I've had drone chips disappear myself, and they were gone for like 2 or 3 months, and then they showed back up. So I've had drone chips missing, and eventually they did come back. It's a weird deal, but I'll tell you what, if you contacted support and they didn't help you, close the ticket, open a new one, and try to get a different support person. Maybe the next guy will be more willing to help you. I believe that support for Pixonic, a lot of it's outsourced, where it's just like a call center somewhere where there's a bunch of people employed there to set and answer emails that don't know what War Robots is. They don't care about the game. They're just there for a paycheck. So some of those guys don't give a crap, but some of them are very helpful. When you get a person that actually cares about their job, they actually try to help you. So, I mean, I think some of those people are just like, screw it. Let's hit auto reply button number 1 and answer the next email. Auto reply button number 2, next email. Auto reply number 3. That's what some of those guys do. Some of those people like that shouldn't have a job there, but unfortunately, that's the way some of the support people are. I do think Pixonic has a small team of their own support people, if I remember correctly, but I don't think they have enough to get to everybody's comments, because there's probably hundreds or thousands of those tickets coming in constantly. So it would take a lot of people to do that, but what should you put on your Nebula for a tank? Alright, on repair unit damage chip, so every time you use the on repair unit durability chip, so every time you use your healing module, you get a bunch of defense points. It keeps you alive for a long time. It's really, really good. You're going to use the mild damage absorber shield. Alright, mild damage absorbers, and for the circle chip, right now I'm going to go ahead and say control resistor, so you don't get locked or froze as fast. I used to run the suppressors, but now if you suppress one of those khepris, some of them are set up to just do unbelievable amounts of damage once somebody suppresses them. So there's a certain chip pilot combination that can make the khepri do unbelievable amounts of damage when it gets suppressed, locked, or froze. So I try not to use too much lock, suppression, or freezing right now. So I would definitely go with control resistor, on repair unit defense, and mild damage absorber. Or if you don't want to go with control resistor, I guess I would probably go with suppressor or freezer. Alright everybody, I think that pretty much wraps this one up. Our 2 hours is about up. I want to say thank you all for coming out. Midnight, no stream later today, buddy. No stream later today. I'll be back on Thursday with another stream, and then Saturday I'll probably do a morning and an evening stream again. Nicholas, yeah, Glider is actually a great drone if you want to use phase shift. Glider is very nice. I still like the Glider. Phase shift is not ideal for beacon games, because if you're on a beacon and you use phase shift, you cannot grab the beacon or you'll lose the beacon. So that's the only reason I don't think Glider is that good anymore. But if you're running phase shift, man, Glider will really be a big help to your robot, but it's not good for grabbing beacons. So for like team deathmatch, yeah, it's really good. Alright everybody, thank you all so much. You guys are all amazing. Moderators, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys coming to make sure the stream runs well. Channel members, everybody who's a channel member, thank you so much. That extra support really helps. Anybody who donates every once in a while, uses the super chat thing, you know, that's awesome. You know, some people donate every once in a while, and we got the channel members, and that really helps the channel keep going. So thank you guys. That extra support is huge, and everybody who just watches the videos and hangs out and stuff, man, I appreciate you guys as well. You guys are all amazing, and hope to see you on Thursday at the next stream. All right, same time, same place. And then Saturday we'll be doing a short hour stream in the morning, and then a 2-hour time drop in the night. And the time drop will be live on my Discord server. We'll actually be in a chat room on my Discord, so yeah, hope to see some of you guys there, alright? You guys are all amazing, and we will catch you later. Have an awesome day. Lightning out.